Election observers charge that buses used for passenger transport are being utilized for election propaganda activities. They also point out that illegal election propaganda activities are rapidly increasing.
Election observers state that buses used for passenger services are being used for illegal election propaganda activities, mostly in the Colombo, Gampaha, Kekol and Kurunegala districts. The election observers note that this trend is on the increase.
Election propaganda activities which are currently being carried out on public transport services and private vehicles has become an issue of serious concern. This is because election symbols as well as preferential numbers and various other cutouts have been put on display on private buses contrary to the will of the vehicle owners. Special election symbols as well as preferential numbers of various political parties are being displayed in an illegal manner on CTB buses.
Such illegal propaganda activities take place owing to certain weaknesses in the Local Government Election Act. For example, when one is functioning in a local government institution, then one's party symbol must be depicted. Therefore, we want to focus attention on reducing such loopholes and weaknesses in the proposed Local Government Election Act. Meanwhile, Minister of Private Transport Services C.B. Ratnayaka, speaking at a media briefing held recently, stated that legal measures will be taken against those who engage in such illegal activities. Now there are individuals who paste numerous photographs of politicians without a permit and travel fearlessly on the road during certain instances. If there are such instances, then the fine mentioned in the penal code will be increased to 1 million and measures will also be taken to implement the suspended prison sentence. Cutouts of the present government politicians can be seen. Although it is said that the law will be strictly enforced, we do not see any such enforcement. We do not agree or disagree. They come and paste posters. Those are not posters put up by us. Meanwhile, Senior DIG in charge of elections Gamini Navaratna stated that strict legal measures will be taken against those who display posters on buses and other vehicles violating election laws in areas where the local government election will be conducted. He also noted that while 105 police stations have been advised in this regard, disciplinary measures will be taken against police officers who do not follow these guidelines.
Greek MPs face second austerity vote. Details of this story and much more coming up on the News First International Desk.
Now, taking a look at one of our headline stories, the Central Bank of Sri Lanka has decided to include the Chinese renminbi in the list of designated currencies permitted for international transactions. The Central Bank stated that this decision was reached by the Monetary Board at its meeting on the 27th of this month.
Issuing a release, the Central Bank of Sri Lanka stated that accordingly the public can now undertake all permitted transactions using renminbi. The central bank points out that China is recognized today as the world's second largest economy, while also being a leading player in international trade, and also enjoys extensive connections with many countries, as a result of which the renminbi has gradually evolved as a globally accepted currency. The National Chamber of Commerce announced that the National Business Excellence Awards will be held on the 30th of November 2011. The corporate entities that excelled in business will be grouped into 4 major categories, and 3 overall winners will be presented with gold, silver and bronze medals. The launch of the National Business Excellence Awards was held yesterday. Toyota is to recall more than 110,000 hybrid vehicles over concerns about a problem with the power supply circuit. The BBC reports that the Japanese car maker said the recall involves the Highlander hybrid and Lexus RX 400H models globally. The Toyota company said in a statement that the vehicles could stop suddenly because of an electric problem leading to a blown fuse. The company stated that it hopes to be able to fix the problem as soon as possible. The BBC notes that Toyota has recalled almost 12 million vehicles in the past 18 months.
The United National Party expressed its objection to the decision to increase the quota given to foreign students at local universities. At a media briefing organised today, UNP parliamentarian Ruwan Wijewardene explained the stance of the party.
The government now says that the quota which is given to foreign students at local universities needs to be increased. We strongly oppose this move because an injustice will be done to local students. What the government is trying to do is to bring down foreign students and put the foreign currency in their banks. The government has drafted this program with a financial motive. Members of the Jatika Youn Perumuna also expressed their views at the media briefing. The financial aim of the government, through the actions it has taken so far, is to destroy the dignity of university lecturers and to destroy the value of the university system. It is the Senate and the Faculty Board which can take decisions pertaining to the education and administration within universities.
Another phase of the Sasunata Aruna program was conducted in the Veripannaville area in Ambalanthura today. This was held under the patronage of the co-deputy leader of the United National Party, parliamentarian Sajith Premadasa.
Construction work of the pagoda of the Usanguda Sri Bodhirukkarama Vihare, which was at a standstill, was completed and the pinnacle of the pagoda was unveiled under the patronage of Sajith Premadasa. A financial donation was also presented by Sajith Premadasa. According to statistics of the Department of Buddhist Affairs, there are 10,200 temples and viharas in our country. However, out of these 10,200 temples, nearly 2,000 temples are in a dilapidated state at present owing to scarcity of resources. Furthermore, according to statistics, 600 of the 2,000 temples which are in dilapidated state are located in the northwestern province. When we hear such statistics, I want to raise a question. If 2,000 of the 10,200 temples in our country are in a dilapidated state and are dysfunctional, then what is the point of having a ministry of Buddha Sasana?
The interim injunction which was issued by the Court of Appeal preventing the heads of departments of the Wayambara, Ruhuna and Jayawardenepura universities from vacating their posts was extended to the 27th of July today. The order was given when 3 petitions submitted by students of these universities were taken up for consideration today. The petition filed by the students of the Wayambara, Ruhuna and Jayawardenepura universities was taken up for consideration before a 2-judge bench comprising of the President of the Court of Appeal, S. Skandaraja, and Upali Aberatna. The Court of Appeal granted the heads of departments at these universities time until the 27th of July to file objections in this regard. The students pointed out that through the petitions that if the heads of the departments at the universities vacate their posts, this would hamper the educational activities of students and lead to a collapse in the university system.
National organizer of the United National Party, MP Ravi Karunanayake, states that the time has come for the people to think again.
The toilet system, which was essential for the people residing down Railway Avenue in Blue Mandal, was renovated and handed over to the area residents today under the patronage of MP Ravi Karunanayake.
Today, we have been able to resurrect this after 4 years. This is the reason why when people's rights have been submerged without having elections, these are the net result that is there. So we have been able to respond to the needs of the people and today resurrect this and give it to the people's benefit. Is this the government that is calling that they are going to build a wonder of the Asia? Instead of talking, if they are able to put that into actions, how much better country it would be. So why should the people suffer anymore? When we in opposition can do this, imagine if we're in government, what can't we do? So we call upon the people, stop suffering, ensure that you're able to respond to this. You have been living in a dream world. Now is the time to get up, wake up and move forward.
You're watching Primetime News on Channel 1 MTV. Up next is Action TV.
Around 7,000 families in the Kandy Yatanur electorate depend on the cultivation of tea. The first society of small tea holders in the Kandy district was established by the Yatanura small tea holders in 1996 with the aim of preventing being fleeced by tea factory owners and the intermediaries who supply bought leaves to the factories. The Yatanura Small Tea Holder Society secured considerable funds through membership contributions made over a period of 4 years. Based on the request, the Tea Small Holdings Development Authority took the initiative to construct a tea factory in May 2000 at this land in the Manikdiville area. The construction of this factory was carried out up to this level following a second foundation stone that was laid in 2002 during the United National Front government. The People's Alliance government, which failed to construct this tea factory from May 2000 to 2002, only had to install the necessary machines at the building when it was elected to power as the United People's Freedom Alliance yet again in April 2004. With the change of government, Tikiriko Bakadua, who engaged in politics around the Yatinur area over a period of time, was appointed as chairman of the Tea Small Holdings Development Authority. Tikiriko Bakadua, who failed to install machines at this factory during a 2-year period in his post, had in fact informed various authorities about the factory building, which had been left to grow wild subsequent to his appointment as the governor of the central province. As these attempts had not borne fruit, the Small Tea Holder Society in Yatinura is continuing to be fleeced by tea factory owners and intermediaries once again, and they now risk losing their investment. Today, the production of small tea holders is purchased at a lower price. We do not receive a proper price because of the intermediary. The factory was built when a bag of cement was 45 rupees. The tea pluckers were paid 3 rupees and 50 cents to 4 rupees. A loaf of bread was 3 rupees and 50 cents to 4 rupees, and now it is 50 to 55 rupees. Today, the value of the factory is over 50 million. We see this as a national crime. Incidentally, the biggest reward of the project was enjoyed by the contractor in 2000. Despite the fact that no construction work had begun until another foundation stone was laid for the second time in 2002, the contractor had charged 40% of the total construction fee. Shouldn't this tea factory be open at least now to mitigate the damage done to tea smallholders while the money is being wasted? Minister of Plantations, this is over to you.